came back in 1963 to do work in that area. But then in 64, as is so often the case with archaeology, a chance matter opened up a whole different possibility. And that was the site that I eventually called Altun Ha. One of the local residents found a very large jade plaque and brought it into Belize City. Eventually he gave it to the premier, to the prime minister at the time. And it was spectacular enough that it suggested that the site might be more interesting than its size would have indicated, because it's not a very large place at all. It surprises many of my colleagues that it's the size it is, and yet it has produced massive quantities of jades and pearls and various other sorts of artifacts. So it's remained a kind of a question mark in a sense, I think. But it's now, of course, has been reconstructed, and it's attracting tourists, which is always a good thing to see. And I suspect that what it has done, well, in fact, I know for one reason, what it's done in the community there is to get them thinking maybe I'm coming back to do some more work. That's not impossible, but it's very improbable given current conditions.
Talk to us about the discovery of the Jade Head. So perhaps that was on one of your many visits to Belize in the earlier days?
Yes, the Jade Head is the largest piece of carved jade from the Maya society known. And if I hadn't decided to go maybe a half hour farther in one piece of excavation, we wouldn't see it. It would have remained where it was. But I was sitting on the temple, structure B4 it's known as, sitting on that structure, watching the work, and trying to decide when it would be sensible to cut off. And I was just brushing away some debris in about the middle area of the tomb. And I saw a little green circle. And I thought, oh, rats, those slabs have knocked things out of place, so I won't know what the arrangement is. I kept brushing, and it was something larger. And I kept on brushing and troweling away some of the stuff. And eventually there was the Jade Head. The men who had done the excavation work down to the tomb level, and my assistant that year, almost had to be restrained by the police. They were jumping up and down up above the tomb. And I was dumbfounded, I think is a fair word to use, because nothing like that had ever been seen before. It was just one object in a great many jade objects, many of them very unusual, that have come out of the site. But still, you know, it's the sort of thing you don't leave in the chamber overnight. So I took it in and put it under my bed for the night. And within a day or two, George Price came out to have a look around and urged me very strongly to take the head out of the country because he was afraid it would be stolen.